Good morning and welcome to KidNuz. I'm Tori. Today is Thursday, December 17th, 2020. And we begin with America's pastime determined to right a historical wrong. Calling it long overdue, Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred announced yesterday that baseball's Negro League will now get Major League status. In all, 3,400 black athletes took the field between 1920 and 1948. None of them allowed into the big leagues until Jackie Robinson broke the color barrier. The record-keeping wasn't great at the time, but today's number crunchers are confident they'll be able to pull enough information from the box scores of those who played to possibly break some existing big league records. Case in point, Josh Gibson. The Negro League legend may be the greatest power hitter of all time, launching between 800 and 1,000 home runs. Barry Bonds currently holds the home run record with 762. She freely admits she has too much money, and that's why she's giving a bunch of it away. Just in the past 4 months, Mackenzie Scott, the former wife of Amazon boss Jeff Bezos, has donated nearly $4.2 billion of her personal fortune. On the receiving end, 384 different organizations, from food banks to colleges. Ms. Scott says she picked up the pace of her giving because of the wrecking ball effect of the coronavirus. For many American families, it's been devastating, but she, being tied to the pandemic profits of Amazon, has watched her bank account soar to an estimated $60 billion. Ms. Scott is among the ultra-rich who've signed a giving pledge to donate significant amounts of their wealth. In 2019, she said she will keep at it until the safe is empty. Don't have billions of dollars to share? That's okay. Most of us don't. A photographer from Georgia is on a mission to spread kindness in ways that are simple and nearly free. Debbie McFarland's Sparks of Kindness Facebook page offers easy suggestions on making someone's day. One way is to leave uplifting notes in unexpected places, on a box of cold medicine at the drugstore with, quote, "This too shall pass, hang in there," or in the cosmetics aisle, "You're beautiful, just the way you are." One of her 5,000 followers left a bag of quarters on a clothes dryer after noticing a young man short on cash. Another placed a tin of cookies on an ambulance with the note, "You're amazing." The list goes on and on. Ms. McFarland says she's noticed an uptick in kindness during the pandemic and hopes this kind of goodwill will long outlive the virus. A new Teen Titan could soon hit the charts. 7 million television viewers watched this week as The Voice crowned its youngest winner ever. 15-year-old Carter Rubin from Shoreham, New York, took the top prize in what's been called an especially fierce season. The teenager beat 4 other finalists, all in their 30s. It was a memorable night not only for Carter, but also for his celebrity voice coach. Gwen Stefani, dressed as a Christmas tree, rushed the stage to congratulate her apprentice and, exercising COVID etiquette, stopped just short of a hug. Carter was just 14 when he auditioned for the show. His advice for other creative kids who sometimes find life to be a challenge: you don't have to wait to go follow your dreams. Be yourself and do whatever makes you happy. As we get deeper into the gifting season, a reminder to be kind to Mother Earth. Those of us lucky enough to open presents will soon be surrounded by piles of paper, stacks of gift bags, and bundles of bows. Paper may be the most recycled material in the U.S., but not all of it qualifies for a second life. Wrapping paper covered in glitter, plastic, foil, or fabric cannot be recycled. And those beaded bag handles, cut them off. Putting the wrong stuff in the blue bins can actually clog the process. So recycle what you can, but if you can reuse it, do. And let the trash bin be your last resort. That's it for KidNuz. It really helps if you rate and review us wherever you get your podcast. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, our KidNuz quiz. How much money has philanthropist Mackenzie Scott given away in the last 4 months? Nearly $4.2 billion. How many players were part of the Negro League? About 3,400. The Voice singing competition just crowned its youngest winner ever. How old is he? Carter Rubin is 15. What should you do with leftover foil-covered wrapping paper? Reuse it or throw it out because it can't be recycled. And one for the road. For the first time since 1976, moon rocks have landed back on Earth. Yesterday, a Chinese capsule carrying 4.4 pounds of lunar loot parachuted safely into Inner Mongolia. As we first reported 2 weeks ago, scientists plan to study the samples to look for clues about the origin of the moon and its formation. China is now the third country in the world to retrieve samples from the lunar surface, behind the U.S. and the former Soviet Union. Before we go, it's time to turn it over to Kim for our KidNuz shout-outs.
Thanks, Tori. First, our fabulous teachers, Miss Yates, who teaches social studies at Puzzets Middle School in Vestavia Hills, Alabama, Miss Hunt at Frank H. Hammond School in Munster, Indiana, and Mrs. Smith at Waterloo Elementary School in Atwater, Ohio. Go Mighty Vikings! And now to our birthdays. In California, to Declan in St. Helena and Andrew in Walnut Creek, Neho in Osaka, Japan, Bobby in Monroe, Louisiana, Milan in Atlanta, Georgia, Petey in Wilmette, Illinois, Cash in Columbus, Mississippi, Lucy in South Lake, Texas, Fozzie in South Boston, Massachusetts, and Bobby in Spotsylvania, Virginia. Thanks for listening, everyone. We hope you tune in for more KidNuz tomorrow morning.